There is nothing that matters more. There's nothing that's more important than how you feel right now. There is no one else in the world that can change how you feel except you. There's no one that's responsible for how you feel except you. And when you change how you feel, when you make it a priority to feel the best that you can in any situation, you become someone that's in absolute control of their life, of their reality. You become the creative genius that you were meant to be. You become the creator of anything that you want in your life. And most of all, the most important thing is that you feel better right where you are right now. And everything that you want in this world, all the things, all the relationships, all the experiences are just so that you can feel better anyway. So when you find that, when you beeline it to the end result of all those things, then you live a life journey. You live an adventure that is the absolute best experience that you can be in. And that is what life is all about. Life isn't about getting to these destinations. It's not getting to the peaks of these mountains of our goals or our ambitions. It's about enjoying this journey that we're on, every moment of it, every step of this life. It's about savoring it and finding the best in every situation, making the best of wherever we are, thinking the best thoughts that we can think, choosing how we feel. Our feelings are the most potent tool, the most potent medicine that we have. It guides us in every day of life, every moment of life, no matter where you are. You don't need a cell phone. You don't need anything outside of yourself. All you need is the awareness of how you're feeling. And at first it might be something that you need to practice being aware of. At the beginning of this journey for me, I was so disconnected from my feelings. I had smoked pot, I had drank alcohol, I had used these tools to cover up what I was feeling, to soothe myself, to find a way of relief that was outside of myself, or just staying so busy that I couldn't even be aware of how I was feeling. I was so disconnected from how I was feeling that when I actually asked myself, how am I feeling right now? I had no clue. I was lost, because our emotions guide us through life. And when you can't be in a place of awareness of how you're feeling, then you are lost. And it took me a while of deciding that nothing mattered more than to be aware of how I was feeling and to feel a little bit better. And once I made that determination, once I made that decision in my life, then everything started to change. Everything started to shift. And I could find the emotion that I was feeling. I could find a sense of where I was at internally. And I could find relief from that. I could find some comfort in my mind by visualizing, by thinking thoughts that felt a little bit better. And it takes really being aware of your patterns, of what's been going on, because once we make these patterns, it becomes comfortable. It becomes the thing that we're used to. And when you're so comfortable in something, even when it's not beneficial in you, even when it's not something that is helping you anymore, it seems like something that you need still. It seems like something that you want in your life still, because you're so used to it. You're so comfortable with it. If you've ever been in a relationship that you could tell wasn't really nourishing you or the other person anymore, and wasn't really relating well, but you kept doing the same thing. You kept being in that relationship because you were so comfortable, because you just fell into place together naturally, even when it wasn't something that was helping move you both forward, when it didn't feel good anymore. And this isn't to say you need to leave a relationship. It's just being aware of where you get into those comfort zones. You can change your perspective, change your mind, be aware of how you're feeling, and still be in the relationship with someone that was not nourishing for a while and have it be really nourishing, because you changed how you were, because you committed to taking responsibility for how you're feeling and changing what you were attracting in the other person. Because when you are aware of how you're feeling and are aware that you are constantly emitting vibrations, and emotions are vibrations, and vibrations match with other vibrations in this vibrational universe where all things are vibrating. So if you are emotionally set at a certain place and you are in this relationship where you keep attracting this certain vibration from that person, where you can change if you choose to be aware of how you feel, you acknowledge that you are attracting this in the other person by taking radical responsibility of what you are doing, then you can attract differently from anyone. There can be people that don't get along with anyone in the world, and you attract the best out of them. I did business with this guy for a while that everyone had a hard time working with. Everyone said that he was like the hardest guy to work with. And yeah, he was pretty stubborn and set in his ways, but he was something that he was a gentle giant, really. And when I chose to look for the best in him and to attract the best of him, and I used this tool that I've learned from Abraham Hicks, that is positive aspects. And so I would write, and I do this every day about different people and topics, and you write at the top of the page, positive aspects of, and I would write positive aspects of this guy. And we ended up making a lot of money together, he and I, and we had a really smooth, genuine, comfortable relationship once I started doing that, and it flowed really smoothly. And I learned to attract the best out of this person that many people wouldn't even work with, because they had this certain perspective. They were just attracting this same vibration from him because they were so focused on this one perspective, this one way of seeing him. And when you take responsibility that you're attracting something from someone, you can create and shape your reality into anything that you want. You can sculpt your life into anything, but you need to take radical responsibility. And when I say radical responsibility, it's acknowledging that everything is your fault, basically. And that might seem like a harsh way of saying it, but really, you created this. You created everything. You created the best things in your life, and you created the things that seem the worst in your life. And when you can take responsibility for that, then you are in absolute control, like I said earlier. And that means everything. That changes everything. That, I'm getting close to the river here and it's pretty loud, so I'm gonna walk back this way. That is the beginning to being the powerful creator that you are here to be. Be aware of your emotions. Be aware that your vibration. Be aware that you're attracting what's coming to you in your life. And everything will make more sense, will feel better, and your life will change drastically.